Now, according to doctors, workers should take time off when they're sick instead of dragging themselves into the office. Research found that staff who repeatedly went to work when they were ill were much more likely to go on to take long-term sick leave, as they don't give their bodies a break. But when we're ill, do we battle on and play the martyr? What do we think?
Well, it's a bit unfortunate. I totally agree with what the doctors are saying. I think people who are ill, Jackie, one for you, get well soon, sweetheart.
Jackie Saunders.
Jackie Saunders. She's ill today. I'm really glad.
She's not ill. She's skiving.
I'm really glad that she's taking the time out, because when you're ill, especially with colds and all that, you bring it in and you give it to everybody else. Unfortunately, in my, because obviously I do concerts up and down the country, if I'm ill, I can't take a day off.
Well, it's the Jane McDonald show.
It's the Jane McDonald show. I can't put something else on,
in the title,
can I?
yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true, because colds and flu, they incubate themselves for a while, and that's when it's actually transmissible to other people. When it actually comes out, you can't catch it. So,
really?
Yeah, so, you know, people who come to work go, I've got the flu. You think, no, you haven't. Now, get on with your work. You know, and the thing is, I always say this to people. People always go, oh, I've got the flu, I've got the flu. Oh, achoo. You think, no, you haven't got the flu, because if you had the flu, you would be horizontal, you would not
well, like
be
I had,
vertical.
didn't I, last week?
Real flu.
Yeah, sure.
She's got swine flu now.
I just need some ointment.
God.
No, because I did. No, because didn't I?
Yes.
I had proper,
so you
proper
know
flu.
what it's like.
Yeah.
Last week. It was
Get up.
proper flu. But no, I can't bear it when people go, I've got flu. I can't bear it when people have got a little headache and they go, I've got a migraine. Because if they had a proper migraine, they'd be lying down, wouldn't they?
You're on about men
in a
now,
dark
aren't you?
room. Well, I'm particularly on about men. The thing about men, and I know people go, you can't generalise, but you can with men and their illness. Because I don't know why men with a cold have to clutch the furniture when they move around. You know, from one piece to the next. But they do. And if you haven't asked after 10 minutes, you have to get it. It just drives me absolutely mad.
You know what, I'm finding this out. You know, we had this conversation a while ago, and I just started seeing Mark, and I just said, no, he's fine. You know, no, he's not.
He's human.
He's absolutely hilarious, almost unbearable. Last night, he comes in, he goes, oh, I'm not well, you know, I'm not well. I go, what's wrong with you? And he goes, oh, I don't want to say it. What's wrong with you? I think I've got swine flu. I went, no, you haven't. Now shut up. And I said, just being a hypochondriac. He says, I'm not being a hypochondriac. He said, but I think I'm going to die. I'm like, stop it, just stop it. They are all the same.
They're all the same, but the thing is about, you were saying about being a singer and everything, and when I'm working as an actress, the trouble is, if you're poorly, I would love them to say to me, you've got a stomach bug, don't come in. Yeah. But they don't.
You can't.
I mean, some of the younger members of the cast, literally, if they lose an eyelash, they phone up poorly.
Yeah.
But, you know, but those of us who've been doing it for years go in. I mean, I've done theatre plays where literally you've got a bucket in each side of the wings and you're sort of literally running off and vomiting and running back on. Because in repertory, like in your shows, there are no understudies. So you just can't, and you can't get better.
Well, maybe, you know, you mentioned younger actresses maybe not coming because they've lost an eyelash. Maybe what they've done is they've been on the internet and they've looked up falling out eyelashes, because there's a thing now called hypochondria, and it is where the Sunday Times had a thing about it, where apparently people are looking up anything that's going wrong with them to find out, oh, I've got eyelash falling out-itis, I better not pass it on.
That could be you. Yeah.
Why would you look up on the internet when you say that you're never poorly? What you looking up
No,
then?
I am hardly ever ill, and if I am, you probably wouldn't know about it, because I wouldn't say anything. I hate people who whinge about being ill all the time. But with the hypochondria, I tell you, as you get older, things start to change and go a little bit wrong sometimes. And you do end up looking things up. And, you know, you can look up that Net Doctor, or there's a symptom one.
What, like saggy boobs?
Yeah. No, I leave that to you. But you do, you look these things up and they come up with a list of things, and then, you know, luckily it's really good for, you know, eliminating risk, because you just go, no, I haven't got that, I haven't got that, I haven't got that, and you think, phew, I'm all right.
Yeah, but it's actually quite good. Like if you put in, you know,
I don't talk myself into it.
My toe really hurts. Well, it could be gangrene or gout, or it could be that. It doesn't give up.
Some people will
have you just
themselves.
banged into a chair?
You see, also, if you're reading it, you think, oh, I don't feel, yeah, I am feeling a bit like that. Have you got a headache? I have now. So, you know, it's a bit, you know, you're reading it and you're thinking, that's me. I am going to die.
Look, again, I don't go to the doctor and say, look, I've been looking this thing up and can you examine me for this? I don't do that. I literally, all I'm doing is making myself aware so that in the future, if something does happen or I start getting something, I'll know what it is, won't I?
Usually it's people who are really ill. I mean, I can't tolerate people being ill and man flu and that because my mum, who's living with cancer at the moment, and one of my best friends, are just being so fantastic and not
Never
a
win.
moment out of them.
No.
So it really does drive me mad, you know, with the men with the... It's clearly pleurisy.